Hello, everybody. So nice to see all of you again. So, today, for the next couple of lessons, we are going to do graphs. Right, let's start. How do we interpret graphs? Now, I think up to now you used to and you know bar graphs and pie charts. And now, today, we're going to do another one, which is line graphs. Now, what is a graph? A graph is a visual representation of data. In previous grades, you have done the bar graphs, like you compare, like you can see here, compare properties of different groups. So now in this one, we want to know the favorite color of the children, right? So we can see that yellow was the most favorite color in this study. The other one is a pie chart where we compare parts of a whole. As you can see, favorite type of movie. So if we talk about movies, we cut it up to see like 20% of the people love comedy and 30% love romance. I wonder where you fit in on this pie chart. Right, but now the purpose of this lesson is to introduce you to line graphs. So why is a line graph necessary? Because in a line graph, we represent relationships between two quantities. I will explain. Okay, so that this you cannot do on a pie chart or a bar graph. Now this is a line graph. It's easy to remember. It's like a line. Cool. So there's always should be a title. Then there's a y-axis. Is this one going down, the vertical one, with a label, and often a unit, depending on what we're measuring and what we're comparing. Then at the bottom there's a label, and we call this the x-axis or the horizontal axis. And then can you see these little markers on the line graph? We call coordinates. Okay, so if we look at this graph, now just remember what we must find on a line graph. Yes, we've got a title. Yes, we've got a y-axis, a vertical axis, and in this case, we are going to look at the number of people obviously going to a store. At the bottom, we've got time, and you can see in hours that the store will be open. And here we've got our coordinates connected by a line. Now, what do we do with this graph? We can answer a couple of questions. This graph is telling us a lot of stories. Let's see. So it tells us the number of people that's going to the store over a period of time. Can you see this? This is the number of people that's going over a period of time. So now we can look at 11 a.m. Can you see there were 5 people in the store? In 1 p.m., there were 22 people in the store. At 6 p.m., there were 3 people in the store. Okay, so it is clear from the line graph that the number of people in the store changes according to the time of the day. Okay, so we call the number of people the dependent variable, and the time of the day, the independent variable. Okay, so let's look at it again. The vertical axis always gives us the dependent variable, and the horizontal axis, the independent variable. And you'll also often see that the title of the graph will correspond directly to the label of the vertical axis. Okay, you'll see as we go along. So now, what is the definition of a dependent variable? It is the quantity being observed. So in this case, we want to know how many people visit the store. So that is a dependent variable. And the independent variable is the quantity being manipulated. So as the time changed, as we change the time, the number of people in the store will change. Okay, let's look at another example. This one is telling us the title, the population of cats. So this vertical axis will tell us the population of cats, 50, 100, 150, 200. over a period of 12 years. Okay, so let's answer some questions here. What is the cat population after 10 years? So how do we measure that? We go to 10, and it's always good to take your ruler to draw a line up to the graph, and then you draw a line across, and there's our answer. Okay, so the cat population after 10 years was 150. Notice that the population is increasing over time. So we are referring to this graph as an increasing graph. You see, it's like increasing over time. The variable observed as time changes is the population. Therefore, the population is the dependent variable and the time is the independent variable. Okay. Now, there's another relationship. It can be linear or non-linear. Now, what is linear? When a relationship is linear, the graph shows a perfectly straight line. So let's go back to the cat. Is this a perfectly straight line? No. So this graph is not linear. It is a non-linear graph. Let's go. If the line is perfectly straight, because the graph increases and decreases at a constant rate as we go up or down, so it is a linear relationship. Any other type of graph we refer to as a non-linear relationship. There's another type of graph which is a constant relationship. So this is when the line is perfectly horizontal, straight line, parallel to the axis. Let me show you an example. So this is an example of a linear. Can you see? It increases at exactly a constant rate. So it's a straight line, so that is a linear relationship. So like for example here, they measure the number of personnel versus the employee cost, how much it costs them to have those employees in a company. It's exactly a linear relationship. As the amount of people increase, so will the cost increase, right? This is a non-linear. You see, very similar to the population of cats. So this is like population growth over time. So you can see, so there's like a little bit of it's not straight. So perhaps that was when we had COVID. So perhaps that's a period of drought. So it's slowed down. So it's not as straight. So we can read a lot of stories from a graph. Okay. And this is an example of a constant relationship. So remember we said it runs horizontal to the parallel to the horizontal axis. For example, the time of year versus the rotation speed of Earth. So this is just the same. Okay. Now there's another example that you can see all of them. This is if we do distance and time graphs. Now let's see if you can read this. So we know this is a constant graph, right? The constant relationship. So the distance is on the y-axis, and the time is on the x-axis, the independent variable. Okay, so the distance is not changing over a time. So obviously we can say the car or the person is standing still for a period. Okay, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. This is a straight line. So we can say that the speed of the person that the person traveled by is constant. But you must understand that if a line is steeper, is going faster. Can you see? Because he's going further over a shorter period of time. So we can read that in it, but it is linear. So it is at a constant speed. Now this, for example, is if there's acceleration, right? So at the robot, you stop and then you start. So you try to go very fast at the start until you reach your constant speed. So this, you see, it's not linear, so it's not a constant speed. And in this one, now we can see this person left home, went in a linear at a constant speed, then stop for a period, and then return home to the starting point. So this we can all read from a graph. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this, your introduction, and next time we're going to go a little bit further. See you then.